In this video, I'm going to show you how to plot some maps using ggplot. So what we're going to do is plot a map of the United States showing all the different states. And then what we're going to do, we're going to colour in those states according to some data. And the data we're going to do here is going to be based upon who the individual states voted for during the 2024 US election. In a subsequent video, we're going to build on this. I'm going to show you how you can animate these maps to show voting patterns over a series of elections. So we're going to need some packages to be able to do this. We need ggplot2 and maps, which is going to give us our mapping data. ggplot is functionally going to produce us the actual map itself. We need readxl because I'm going to read in some Excel files. Tidyverse is going to allow us to combine some data. And then these two are going to be for the subsequent video, allow us to save our animation and to create the animation itself. So first thing we're going to do is just create a basic map of the US. This is really straightforward to do. What we do, we use our map data function and ask for state. This is going to produce us all the longitude and latitude needed to draw a map of the US with all the states on it. And I'm just going to save that as an object called state. And if we can look at that if you like, there we go, longitude and latitude, and its region is the variable for the state name. So this information allows us to draw our map. So we need to feed this into ggplot. So I'm going to ask for our ggplot, data state, our statics are longitude and latitude, and the fill is region, which is the different states. We just leave group equals group. And then we have geom polygon, which is basically the polygons are the different states, the different shapes we've got, and we're going to do the outline of these as black. The next step we do here, highlight guides, fill equals false. The reason for that is that by default, ggplot is going to give me a figure legend. And what the figure legend is going to be is basically the region. So it's going to be all the state names. So it's going to make the image incredibly crowded, and I'll show you that in 1 second. But I'm just going to leave this as false for now. And then I'm just going to do some cleaning up. I'm going to get rid of the labels on the axes, no axes, ticks. We don't need labels of longitude and latitude for our map. Panel background, I'm going to do light blue. So this is going to give a light blue background behind the map of the US. And then I've also put the grids, minor and major, the grids behind as light blue as well. So this is going to give me a nice square. So it's not going to have any lines cross-hatching on it. And finally, this gives us an aspect ratio. This gives us a nice aspect ratio, 1.3 for our US map. So if I run that, here's my US map. So you see here's my light blue background, it's commanded there with no lines on it at all, and we've got the states and they're all different colours. As I said, I removed this, and you can see why. It's going to give me a figure legend that's incredibly crowded. So it's not useful. So that's why I got rid of that. Anyway, so let's just get that back to normal. So here's our map. Now, it's very unlikely you're just going to want to draw a map of the US. It's quite pretty, but there's probably other things that you'd like to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to now get some data on the election results in 2024. So here we go. So these are the different states, and this is the party that won those states. You notice I've called the states region, so it mapped onto this. So it's using the same variable names, and then we've got year 2024. I'm going to combine the two data sets using the left join and tidyverse. So I'm just going to combine the elect24 data with the state data. I'm going to combine it by region. So if I do that, I get my combined data set, which I call comb. So you can see we've got our region there, and we've got the party and the longitude and latitude. So what I'm going to do now is I want to colour in the different states according to the party people voted for. The command isn't that different. There's not that much to add to it, really. So you can see that the opening is exactly the same, longitude and latitude. I'm going to draw my state lines. But then we've got geom polygon, which previously just said to do the colour as black. But here I'm saying to ggplot, I want you to fill the different states according to the party. Again, party is what I call the column with the state winners in it. And then I'm going to fill it based on discrete values. So I'm going to tell it how to fill it. So for Democrat and Republican, I'm going to do the colours dark blue and red respectively. So if the Democrats won a state, it's going to be dark blue. The Republicans won it, it's going to be red. Then again, I'm going to get rid of the axes, do the light blue background and so on. Now, remember I got rid of guides equals false. I haven't got rid of it this time because the states are filled in accordance to whether it's a Democrat or Republican. Then I can have a key on that to say dark blue is Democrat, red is Republican. What I am going to get rid of is the legend title, though. The legend title is not really needed in this case, and then everything else stays exactly the same. So really, we've just got this little addition here, the fill, according to party, and then just making our colours representative of what's usually Democrat and Republican. So let's run that. There we go. You can see I've got Democrat and Republican. And then there is the different states coloured accordingly. In the next video in this series, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plot the election data over several decades so we can see how voting patterns change across the years. As ever, the data and code is below this video, so you can easily produce these maps yourself.